Let's take the knees nice and wide. Create a little bit more opening through the hips. And then begin to sink your head and chest down, reaching those arms forward, lifting the elbows off the ground, almost like crawling your fingers forward. So you feel the stretch down the sides of your ribcage and pull your bottom back into your heels so you get that full length. And just breathe and melt your head and chest down in between your arms so you really feel that nice stretch to begin with. Let's take a nice long deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth as you sink a bit lower. We'll do 3 more breaths like this. And then I just want you to lift your eye gaze up and push your bottom away from your heels. Bring your knees underneath your hips, hands under your shoulders. Lift your chin, lift your bottom, let your spine just collapse down. Pull your shoulders away from the ears and feel a little extension through the spine. Taking a nice deep breath in on the exhale, we're going the opposite way. We're curving up, we're pushing the floor away, opening out the shoulder blades, tucking your chin right under, tailbone under, scooping the belly in, opening the spine. We inhale, exhale, go back through the spine, lifting the bottom, lifting the chin, putting your shoulders together, shoulder blades together. Taking a long deep breath in and curve one more time. Reach up. Take a nice deep breath in to pause, and on the exhale, we're going to find a neutral spine, which is basically a nice flat, natural back position. I want you to take your left leg and swing it up behind. Tuck your toes if you need to, taking your right arm up. So now you're finding your balance. And just reach through the fingers, reach through the toes, feel the stretch. Now pull your body up away from that right hip so you're not sunken in. So just lift up a little bit more. Take a breath in. On the exhale, we're going to tuck under. Curve the spine, elbow to knee, and then reach away on the inhale. We exhale, curl it under, and then inhale, take it fully into extension. And I want you to make sure you're breathing on the exhale. Sorry, breathing on the exhale, you curve, inhale to lengthen and reach. Now let's go 5 more on that side. Last 2. 1 more, big reach. Curl it under. Reach away 1 more time. Pause. Give me some little pulses. Warm up the shoulders, warm up the hips. Squeeze the butt, lengthen out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it down. Drop down onto your elbows. Bring your fingers together. Create a little triangle through the forearm. Make sure the elbows are underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into dolphin. And then elbow downward facing dog. Yoga pose. Take a little walk through your legs by bending, extending through the knees, pushing your heels to the floor. Continue to breathe. Now lift your tailbone up towards the sky like it's the point of the triangle. Lengthen your spine. Do another 4 little walks through those legs, pushing the heels down, stretching out through the backs of those legs. And then press both your heels down into the ground. Slide your toes back a little bit. Let's come forward into a plank. Inhale forward. Scooping the belly in. Exhale, lift all the way back up again. Inhale forward. Exhale up. It's already morning on there. So roll it forward. Keep those knees beautifully extended. Squeeze the belly in tight and raise your hips back up to the sky. Keep going. Give me 4 more. Squeeze your abs, drive your hips up. Last 2. We've got 1 more to do. Lift your hips up high. Pause up here. Take one more deep breath in, roll forward into a plank hold. Push back into your heels. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Drive your abs in. Options to be down onto your knees if it's too much on your toes. 10 more seconds, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Take one more breath in, and then carefully drop down to the floor. Take your arms forward. Take your legs together, make a long straight line through the body. Take your breath in, squeeze the belly. We're going to lift the left leg and the right arm. We're going to shoot it out to the side, back to the middle, and straight down. Same side, we're still working on that same side. So as you lift your arm, it stays in line with your ear as your head and chest come off the floor. Take it out to the sides, back to the middle and down. It's not a big move, it's just a little 45-degree angle, back in, and they work together. We're just going to do 4 more of these. That's 2. 1 more. We come out to the sides. Let's hold the sides. Let's lift the arm and the leg. Let's give it some little squeezes up and down. So just make sure that arm is at 45-degree angle, not here. And then let's lift a little bit more. Let's take a little bit more length. Move the arm, move the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pause at the top. Come back to the center. Drop it down. With the hands underneath your forehead, make a little pillow. Take your feet to the corners of your mat. Press down into the fronts of the feet. Take your breath in. Exhale. We're going to lift our upper body so our hands stay on top of each other. Turn your left elbow up towards the sky as you squeeze the left shoulder blade back to the middle and turn to the right, lifting the right shoulder blade off the floor. Back to center and release down. Take a breath in at the bottom. Exhale up. And then we turn and we squeeze to one side, then to the other, and release to the middle. So as you turn, really think about pinning your hip bones down onto the floor. Squeeze the butt cheeks to stabilize the lower part of the body, so just the upper part is rotating. So if you feel like your feet are coming off the floor, you need to ground them, keep them pressed down, and really separate the upper body from the lower body. We're going to do 2 more of these. How's that feeling in your back, Mark? All right?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay. Last one. We drop down in the middle, keep the tension in the legs, take a breath in, come up in the center, hold here, and let's work into back extensions. If this is enough for you, just stay here. If you want more, lengthen the arm, take them out to a V, and press. 8, 7, squeeze the belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and then release it down. Turn your head to one direction, take a little wriggle through the hips, loosen everything up. And then bring your head back to center. You're going to take the knees a tiny bit wider, bend the knees, pull the heels together, turn your toes out, take a breath in, exhale, let's lift those thighs off the floor, just squeeze the butt and dropping straight back down. So nothing more than that, just pressing in. The most important part of this is the contact between the heels. As you lift, you push your heels together to really activate the inner thighs and then release it off. Just through your own time, through your own breath. I just want you to do 7 more of these. Try and get those knees as high off the floor as they will go. When you've done the last one, Drop your knees down. Take a breath in. Exhale, lift up one more time. Now see if you can squeeze your heels even more. Push your knees open and then squeeze deeper and get a little bit more elevation. And pull your butt cheeks together for 5, 4, come on, squeeze them in. And release it down. Let your legs go. Wriggle those hips, loosen up the lower back. Quite a lot of pressure on the lower back area there. Bring your hands around the sides of your shoulders. Lift yourself up to your hands and knees. Lift your chin, go back into that stretch. Pull your shoulders away, lift your bottom, lift your chin. And then scoop everything up and curve your spine and enjoy that little stretch into your lower back. Go again. And curve it up. Put everything in tight. One more time, let's do that. Pull the shoulders back, lift a little bit higher, sink your spine a little bit deeper. And then curve. Good. Come to your neutral spine. Take your right leg behind. Tuck your toes under that left foot if you need to. Extend your left arm. We reach, we lengthen. Pull your body out of your left hip, I mean, so you're not sunken down into it. We inhale to begin. Exhale, let's curl under. Elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. In. We're going to do 5 more. Still got the AC in here, have we?
What?
AC is still not working.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Just can't get it sweat.
I always sweat before I start this one. Right, one more big curve under. We reach away, we hold. I forgot what we did. We hold. Suddenly lost. I was thinking about the heat. Keep pressing. Reach. Squeeze that butt. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Come down to your elbows. Make that triangle position again. Interlace your fingers tight. Tuck your toes and lift back up. Okay, so walk through the legs again. Bending the knees, extending the knees. Make sure you're looking towards your knees with your eye gaze. Then push both heels down. Little stretch. Slide your toes a couple of inches forward. We're going to inhale, rock forward again. Exhale, pull the abs in, plank. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can drift one leg, pull it up, return it, drift the other leg, pull it up and return. Inhale forward. Exhale up. Inhale forward. And back. 4 more, no matter which one you're doing. Keep that belly in, drive it from the tummy. Should be your last one. Hold up here, take a breath in, exhale forward, plank, hold. Remember your options, come to your knees. If you're on your knees, don't leave your bum in the air, stay low. 10 more seconds. Squeeze those back. 4, 3, 2. Have a quick breather. Pop. I like being hot and lying on some bed with heat on this.
No alcohol.
Lightweight. The worst lightweight. Okay, take your arms in front of you, take your legs behind. So it's the right leg The left arm lifting up, out to the sides, back to the center, and down to the floor. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Four more. Make sure you're lifting your chest up maybe a little bit higher. Last one. We stay out to the side. We go back into that pulse. So work into that shoulder. See if you can lift your chest a little bit more. Now squeeze your right butt cheek to get a bit more movement. 10, 9, 8. Lift that arm. 6, 5. Reach. Extend the knees. 2. Last one. Come back to the middle. And make that pillow again. Turning your head the opposite way. A little wriggle in the hips. Now, we did the bent knee with the heels touching. Now I want you to try and do this with your legs straight. It's literally, as you know, one of my worst things because my feet don't naturally do that. So it's completely unnatural for me and I can barely do it. Some of you are better at it than me. So heels touching here with the toes turned out. It's got that Charlie Chaplin position. Abs on, hover your legs. See that? Touch. And we open out to a wide V. Wide as that V will go. And then we squeeze the heels together again. Trying to maintain that same position. Now, just be very aware of those shoulders. Drop them, relax them, separate the upper body from the lower body. Think about the extent of the knees. Think about your stronger side. Make a tiny bit more effort on your weaker side. Slowly closing and squeezing. And we're just going to do another 4. Only because I don't want to do any more. Now, on that last one, you're going to squeeze the heels together, then point the toes, then pull the toes into a forward motion, bring them together and swim kick your legs as fast as you can go, but controlled. So legs dead straight, shock the muscles into a completely different movement. Lift those kneecaps, lift the thighs, relax those shoulders, keep swim kicking. And if you wish now, lift your chest off the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release it. Take a couple of breaths, let your spine just relax back to neutral, and then carefully we're going to transition back into that child's pose where you first started. The knees go wide, you lift yourself up, carefully push your bottom back into the heel, reach your arm forward. Quite strong with that back there. Melt your bottom down to your heels, melt your chest, reach the arms. Take 3 really long, deep breaths in this position. Keep driving your bottom back into your heels, driving your fingers further forward. And when you're ready, bring yourself around onto your back, with your legs flat, feet to the ground. So quite a lot of back work straight away there, which only means we have to move it into abs. So just a couple of breaths here. When you're ready, imprint your spine. Imprinting your spine means you tuck your tailbone under as if you're just gently closing your lower back, using your abdomen, and then you lift your legs to tabletop, which is a 90-degree angle through the legs. Good. From here, don't let your heels drop lower than your knee level. You're going to tap one leg and tap the other. So you're going to cross the legs over as they tap, 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 tap. Don't wait for the other leg to come back. Cross them over halfway through. And what I don't want to see, and I'm actually slightly seeing it, is the knees bending more so the toe reaches the floor. We want to keep the 90-degree angle and push from your hips. Now begin to speed it up a little bit more. Wake up the abs. Now push your lower back into the floor. Squeeze your ribcage down into the floor. Keep tapping, 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 tapping. See if you can speed it up a little bit more. We've got 10 more seconds. Maybe take your toes a little bit further away from you, so you're going a little bit longer reach. Keep going, keep going, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay at tabletop. Slide your fingertips behind the back of the head. Inhale to your chest. Exhale, just a gentle crunch up and a drop down. So if you don't want to keep your legs up there and they're feeling like heavy, just drop them back down and just crunch from there. Inhale, exhale. So when we're doing crunches, make sure you've got your elbows open out the whole time. You're only lightly holding the sides of your head. So just like you're holding the weight of the head. And then you roll your chin to your chest and you squeeze your ribcage down towards your hips. 7, 6. Don't tuck those knees in. 5, 4, 3. Last 2. One more big crunch. And release. Give your knees a little hug in. Loosen up through the hips. Take a little roll side to side. And then keep them tucked in as we open the arms out wide. Now, this one, rather than being a 90-degree angle of the legs, I want you to actually let your heels drop towards the backs of the thighs, and your knees are slightly tucked in further. We're going to carefully drop our knees towards the right side, going about halfway. Your arms need to be pinned to the ground. And then we're going to do a big 2-leg extension up towards the right hand. Bend through and come back to center. When you hit the middle, your legs, look forward towards me, are going to scoop down and then lift up high to the sky and then bend. We scoop over towards the left, scoop over, I can't talk today. Go over to the left, extend both of your legs towards the left hand, pause, bend them back through to the middle, push them down and then up to the sky to bend back and go over to the right again. Straighten those legs, bend them back, push them down towards the floor and up to the sky, bending in the middle, to the left. Extend to that left hand. Bend them back to the center. Push them down and away and straight up towards the ceiling to bend and continue. Over to the right. Now get those toes up towards that right hand. Bend them back as you move into the center. Push them away and lift them up high. Bend them back. One more time to the left. Straighten them to that left hand. Bend them back through center. Scoop down the middle, lift up high. Now bend them back again. Take a pause. We're going to repeat that. We're going to do 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay? So we're going to bend the knees over towards the right. So you just pull the thighs up a little bit closer towards you before you do anything. And then extend the legs up towards the right hand for 1. Bend them back in. Extend them up for 2. Bend them back in. And 3. Shoulder blades pinned to the floor. 4. One more to that right hand. 5. Bend them through to the middle. We swoop the legs down and up towards the sky for 1. And go again. Scoop them and lift them up for 2. Now let's work these abs a little bit harder. Push them into the floor. Don't let your hip flexors or your thighs take over from your abdomen. 3. 4. One more. And 5. Bend the knees over to the left. Tuck your thighs a little bit closer in before you do anything. And let's go. Straighten to the left hand for 1. Straighten those legs again for 2. Shoulder blades pinned to the floor. Squeeze for 3. And 4. One more. And 5. Bend the knees. Sweep it back to the middle. Let's go in the middle. Down, reach up for 1. This is the last one we're doing. Now really draw those abs in. 2. Inhale. Exhale. Scoop it for 3. 4. One more. Now hold those legs up to the sky. Straighten them up. Get those legs extended. And if you want more, push them to 45-degree angle. Hold, hold, hold. And then bend the knees. Let them drop over to the right, all the way down to the ground. Catch that thigh with your right hand. And let's take a rotational twist into a stretch. Take the left shoulder blade to the floor. Take your eye gaze to the left hand. And use that right hand to push the knees close down together. Let them rest on the ground.
Sweaty now.
Huh?
Hot now.
You're working hard, Mark. So we're just going to leave our knees resting here, but I want you to release your right hand. Leave your left arm where you can, if you can. Sometimes it gets a little pins and needly, and if it does, just move it out of the position slightly. And I want you to lift that left leg up to a hover. So just lift it where it is. Now, extend that leg fully out straight, so it lines up with your left hip bone. Point the toes, swing the leg down the body, not all the way because it will rotate you. Lift it up and make a big circle all the way back down in front. So we're kind of making a little, I don't know, more like an N shape rather than a circle. Push it away and lift it up to a big N. So we're trying to utilize that hip joint, but we don't want to roll away from stacking your hips. So your left hip bone sitting in front of your right hip bone. If it rolls backwards, you've taken your leg too far back. Now get these legs as high as they will go. There's quite a lot of freedom for them in this position. Squeeze the butt and lift up high. We're going to do 3 more in this direction. So you've done your third one, just take it the opposite direction. Lift it up towards the sky, push it away from you and scoop it down and round. Let's see if we can make these circles a little bit bigger, not necessarily wider, but higher. Three more. So your third big circle, your leg is going to swoop up and around and land where it started, in front of your hip. Turn the toes slightly up towards the sky. So look at me, make sure you kind of create an L shape for your back and your leg, and then just pump the leg up and down. Not too high and not too low. Make sure you start to feel that in your left buttock. Yes?
Yeah.
Turn the toes up, heels down. Bring the toes a little bit further up towards your right hand. 8, 7, get it higher. 5, reach it. 3, last 2, last 1. and bend it to join the right leg. Roll back into the center. Get yourself in the middle of the mat. Slide that left ankle over that right knee. Pick up your right thigh and give that left buttock a bit of a stretch. If you wish, you can catch the shin. You're feeling quite flexible today. We'll just keep holding the quad, the hamstring. Try and drive your right knee a little bit further in, open your left knee a little bit more. Then push your buttocks back down into the floor without losing your leg. Shoulders pulled back and down into the floor. Should be stretching the area you just worked. Now we're going to keep the ankle on the knee, drop the right foot to the floor. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to lift our hips up into a bridge. When you lift up to the top, you lift your heel off the ground, you drop your heel back down, and you brush your buttocks back to the floor. So hip bridge first, the heel elevation at the top, heel drop, and then the bridge drop. So you don't let your bridge drop down. Once you drop your heel, then you can drop it. So big squeeze in that right side. And 5 more lifts, slower the better. Now let's start to squeeze that right buttock a little bit more. Get it working a little bit more. Make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to lift. Inhale, lift that heel. Exhale, drop the heel and roll out on the inhale. Okay, this is my last one. We're all going to come up together. Lift the heel, squeeze in that right glute and give me some pulses. Pressing deep into the right side. Squeeze it to get that elevation. 8, 7, 6, 5, higher, 3, 2, and then drop the heel. Roll it out. Pause at the bottom. Move your knees over to the left, so that left foot is pushing on the outside of your right knee. Stretch it to the floor. So ideally, you want both knees pressing down into the ground so you can make it there. And don't worry if your right shoulder blade is lifted off the floor, that's fine. Just find the stretch down the right hip, maybe to your abs and into the thigh. Keeping that ankle on the knee, roll back into the middle. Bring your right hand to the side of the head. You can come up into a crunch and do a side oblique twist towards that left knee. So lift up first, twist, drop back, and come down. Options to stay here, we'll do this. Or you can lift, leg, tap the head and the foot back down. Lift, twist, back, and down. If you want more, lift, twist, extend the leg away as the head drops and pull back in and twist. So if you extend the leg away, it just hovers off the floor and then you come back in again. Keep breathing. Five more. There's a lot of legs grounded on this one today, guys. Should we try and work that a little bit harder next time? Now on that last one, drop your right foot, drop your head, drop your hand. And I want you to cross that left leg all the way over the right. And very carefully drop the knees back over to the right, open those arms back out. Now this is quite a strong stretch on your spine, especially the lower back. Now if you don't like it and it's too much, just literally unravel your legs again and just stack your knees like we did before. So on the other side for me, I can't do this because of my right lower back, so it's fine on this side. I feel the stretch in the right places. But my shoulders come off the floor, so I have to really work on that breath to turn and twist and get that left shoulder back down. Now, as we roll ourselves back into the middle, we maintain that cross-legged position, so the legs are entwined. And then we're going to lift the knees in, and I want you to wrap your hands around the front shin, and then pull the thighs down in towards your abdomen. Thanks. A few breaths here. So ideally, you're trying to get the thighs towards your belly rather than your chest. So you're trying to maintain that connection with the ground through your spine rather than lifting the bottom of the floor. And then when you're ready, just release the feet, uncross them. Soles the feet together, the knees fall out, and take a little rock side to side and just loosen up through the sacrum, into the inner thighs. Just doing, basically just letting your legs be free. Now bring your knees together, lift your knees in towards your chest, arms out wide, and the knees are dropping all the way over to the left side. Catch the top thigh with your left hand and twist and open out that right shoulder. So we want to get the connection with the floor with that right shoulder blade, which might just quite do.
Sorry, it's 1 o'clock.
Oh, you didn't tell me you were
I
going.
knew you were going to say that, and they were all uneven.
I know. That's fine.
I'm sure I'll live.
5 minutes at home. Few left side, right side things. I mean,
Well, thank you.
I would have adapted it for you.
No, I know. As soon as I start doing it, I know I've got to stay.
Don't worry. Hopefully, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye. So try and get those knees pushed into the floor, twist a little bit more to that right shoulder. That does make me feel very uncomfortable because I need the rest of the day. Like it does disturb me. If that was me, I'd go home and just stretch the other side.
Walk in circles.
She will. Okay, release the leg. Let them stay where they are. Lift your top leg into a hover. Push your leg into extension so it's in front of your hip. Point the toe. Swing the leg away from you down so it can lie you come back. Council's meeting. You're coming to finish it off, yeah?
No. Not people on Amy.
Oh no. It's not on your map there.
Don't mind me, carry on.
So big circles, squeezing up. Try to keep your hips stacked so you're not rolling through the hips. Draw your abs in. Got it.
No, but these on there. I'll find it.
Two more, and then you reverse the motion. So the leg then comes up and pushes away and goes down. Use your core to drive that leg a little bit further forwards in front of you, or it lifts up in the air. Make them big, these circles, 4 more. One more big circle. And as we swoop it up and down, we bring it forward one more time. Flex the foot, turn the toes up, heels down, and let's press that leg up and down. Tiny little movements. But higher than your hip level, but no lower than your hip level. Tom, get your leg up higher. Come on, turn the toes up. 8, 7. Use your core to stop that leg from dropping down too low. 4, 3, last 2. One more. And bend those knees together. Roll back into the middle. Align yourself equally on the mat again. Slide the right ankle over the left knee. Lift your left thigh in. Take it into a stretch. Oof. So take a little bit more weight over into the left buttock. Touch the shin if you're quite flexible in your buttocks. Open the right knee. And then pull your shoulders down and push your bottom into the floor. So like you're trying to get your sitting bones back down to the ground.
Get in that.
So you want to imagine your coccyx is sitting on the floor, but you're not losing the leg as you push it down. So you still got the stretch. Open the right knee a little bit more if you can. Okay, let's release that left foot to the floor. Your arms down by your side, tuck your shoulder blades under, and then when you're ready, exhale, lift up into a bridge, lifting the heel at the top, dropping the heel back down, and brushing your buttocks to the floor. Repeat. Big elevation, big heel lift, squeeze it up, drop it down, brush. So remember, we want to get that bridge a little bit higher every time we lift up. We want to get that little lift onto the toes a little bit deeper. Don't drop the hips until the heel is back on the floor. 4 more. Last 2. So let's look out the window and see some blue sky.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Okay, last one. We lift up. We lift the heel and we pulse up and down in those hips. Open the right knee. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Squeeze that left glute as much as you can and press. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2. We hold. We drop the heel. We roll it out. Carefully drop the knees towards the right, keeping that right foot pressed on the left knee, and drop it to the floor. Try and get the knees, if you can, on the ground. So on your next breath, we just return to the center. The ankles still stay sitting on that knee. Again, realign yourself, sliding your left hand to the side of the head. We're going to start in the same place, keeping the left foot on the floor. We're going to lift up, take a twist to the knee, back to the center, and down. So again, you've got that option to lift, up, head, and foot drops. Some of you didn't do any progression from the first part on the other side. And I think you should try and go a little bit further on this side. If you can.
I find it twinges in a way I don't like, so
In your hip.
in my back.
Oh no, that's fine. That wasn't aimed at you then.
Yeah.
I know you know how to listen to your body, it's fine. And if you want to progress it even more, you extend the left leg down as the head drops, and then we curl back in and twist. And we're all going to do 6 more. And as soon as you've done that last one, curl it in, hop the feet back down, and cross your right leg all the way in. Lift the thighs in, catch around that front shin, and pull the thighs down in towards the chest. Do whatever works for you. Too much, just tuck the knees in side by side. I'm going to pull over when I do it on this side. I'm going to roll to the right.
Good glute stretch.
It is, we haven't got a hip flexor problem. Great one. On my left side. So just take a couple more breaths there. Then when you're finished, you're going to take the arms out wide. And if you wish to stay in this entwined position, you just drop your knees to the left. Oh, it doesn't feel too bad now that I'm loose and warm. And then breathe into that right shoulder, trying to get it back to the ground. And if you don't like it, stack your knees and do it how we did before. Open out that right shoulder deeper and deeper.
What's the little muscle that's right in the middle of your glute?
Which one? Got lots of muscles in there.
The tiny.
Piriformis.
Is it that's the small one that's right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feeling it there?
Yeah, I could feel it there in the.
Good.
Yeah.
It's difficult to stretch those.
Yeah.
That's the one that can cause sciatic, sits in your sciatic nerve, that one.
Mm.
It's really tight. If you've got lower back stuff, it might come from that, you know.
Yeah. Well, I felt that stretch really.
Maybe just do some of that stretching, you know, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the
Yeah.
evening, Mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
In between your breakfast, in between your lunch.
God, so life's just packed.
Okay, let's just roll back into the centre. Untwisting your legs when you get there. Oh. Bring the soles of the feet back again. Rock side to side, those knees open. Oh my gosh, it's flowing through today. Everyone's been very quiet because you're here, Paul. Usually we have full-blown conversations. Oh, now we're recording again. They're not happening so much, are they? Also, Auntie's usually the one that
Absolutely not here,
instigates
that's
chat,
the thing.
and then Lenny joins in,
That's true.
and Mark, and Tom just sits there in silence, trying to concentrate and be a good boy and work really hard, right?
That's just me being in pain and not being able to speak.
Okay, let's bring those knees in as we keep the soles of feet together. Slide your hands down, catch your shins all around the feet, and let's do a lying down, lovely stretch, opening up those knees. Lying down, butterfly. Push the bottom into the floor to get a little bit more stretch as you open those knees a little bit wider. Now we're going to do an inner thigh hamstring stretch, and you've got a couple of options with this one. So if you know you're quite flexible in your hamstrings, so just catch your fingers around your big toes, keeping your knees at this angle, simply open out to wide feet. If your body doesn't like to do that, take your catch of your calves, encourage the opening, and extend the knees from there. So work on this straightening of the knees, and then see if you can push your butt back down into the floor, shoulders down into the floor. Pull the toes down towards you so your feet are flexed, and straighten the knees even more if you can. Now, if your bums are off the ground, so let's try and park them a little bit more. Straighten the knees. 10 more seconds here. Just breathe into it. And then when you're ready, release. Tuck the knees in. Give them a little hug in. Lift your chin towards your knees. Just come to a little ball. A little rock side to side. If you're lifting your chin towards your knees, head off the floor, shoulders relaxed. And then when you're ready, slide your hands around the back of the thighs and roll yourself up. Come and sit yourself into a cross-legged position. Head off the mat and everything. Sit tall. Fingertips to the floor and lift your chest. Look up. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, just let your chest drop. And then raise your arms. We inhale all the way up, bring your hands together, reach and look up. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Give yourself a bow and clap, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Polly.
A lot more gentlemen and ladies. Did you enjoy that? Is that the right word?
Ask me when I'm recovered.